Hey, Biblical Studies Capstone. So excited to be in this block with you. And as we get into session 2 assignments, I really want to just take a moment and talk to you about the context of your passage or the theme that you've chosen. So this is to me, one of the most important parts of your study before the presentation, before your sermon, before your paper, or whatever, that the ability and the opportunity to dig into the context, the historical, the grammatical, all of the background information that, for me, brings the passage alive to you, but also can bring it alive to your hearers or your readers. And so this morning, I just want to take an opportunity just to give you an idea of what that looks like. For example, recently I taught on Matthew chapter 16, the passage where Jesus asked his disciples, "Who do you say I am?" And so as a part of that passage, some of the context to that, the background to that is this is the end, toward the end of Jesus' ministry. And so at the end of his ministry, obviously he's already done some miracles. So he's fed the 5,000, he's walked on the water, he's told the storms to be quiet. And so there's all these miracles that have been happening, and there's the regular people of the day are trying to make Jesus king, and the religious leaders of the day are trying to have a plot to kill Jesus. And so there's this dichotomy, this real conflict of who is Jesus. And so Jesus, toward the end of his ministry, takes his disciples away to this place called Caesarea Philippi. And in taking his disciples away to Caesarea Philippi, he's getting away from his normal place of doing ministry. And so he's not real well known. I mean, there may be some stories that have gotten up to this place, but it's called Caesarea Philippi. And the city of Caesarea Philippi was a really spiritual place. There was Baal worship, which is the god of fertility. So there's a temple there for worship, several temples there for worship. There's also Pan worship, the worship of the nature god for the Greeks and Romans. Then also Philip, who was the leader and who renamed the city Caesarea Philippi, created a temple to worship Caesar. And so hence the name Caesar and Philip. And so Caesarea Philippi was an extremely spiritual place. And it's so interesting to me that Jesus would walk into this city and no one would really recognize him with the disciples. And he would ask this question, "Who do you, disciples, say that I am?" The regular people are saying, "Hey, we want you to be king." The religious leaders are, "I don't know who this rabbi is. We want to get rid of him." But he's asking his disciples, after they've spent probably about 3 years with him at this point, saying, "Hey, Jesus," or "Hey, Peter," "Hey, all you guys, who do you say I am?" with all of this evidence. And so how that drastically impacts your passage. So I encourage you, this week, as you study and prepare and look into the historical background, as you look into the cultural nuances of your passage and your theme, really understand that this kind of stuff, the context, can change the meaning and give you fuller meaning to your passage. So good luck. Have fun studying this week. And if you have questions, feel free to email me, to text me, or maybe we can even have a phone call. All right? Have a great week studying context. Blessings.